Aloha, everyone, and kingdom greetings. Welcome to another episode of In My Feelings. What is more her feelings about today? Well, I have a few things, but I'm only going to talk to you about one per episode, so I'm going to do better about that. Today, we want to talk about bad hair, bad day, bad for business. Well, as many of you know, with this time of social media, going live and different things of that nature, we want to make sure we present ourselves in the best light. And I was sitting up and I was wondering, I was reflecting on how much I've done thus far. But it also made me think back to times where there was something that I heard to share, but maybe I wasn't looking my best. I didn't feel like slapping on a wig or didn't have one to comb hair or whatever the case may be. And for whatever reason, that prolonged us from doing things. And there are so many reasons that get in the way of us being the successful, amazing people that we are because we have all of these pretenses that have to be in place in order for us to move forward. Listen, you have to know when you have time to prepare, to package and present what it is that you have. And then there are sometimes when it's an urgency and you must do what you need to do to get that thing out. So you got to keep you some ready-made, shake it goes so that you can do what you need to do. Let nothing stand in the way, sis, between you and what it is that you're trying to do. Don't let, especially when it's a word that you have to share, when there's a piece of encouragement that you're urged in your spirit, man, to share. Somebody needs what you just heard. Somebody needs for you to release it. But because you having a bad hair day, now you can't do it. Now they can't get whatever it is that they need that you had for them. We don't have time for that in this season. So what am I saying? That we need to keep things so that we can keep prepared. Because we know you just jump on out there and they will eat you alive. And sometimes miss the whole message because they're so worried about what you look like, what you said, what you didn't do, whether or not you had good lighting, what was going on in your background. There are so many things. Listen, I want us to be free, free to be, free to do. Yes, I am going to do my best to do presentation and to put things out there in the best light. And I'm going to continue to grow with what I do as I learn more. However, I am not going to allow anything to stand in the way of what it is that I'm supposed to do. I heard to share something. There was a really strong, overwhelming feeling that just rested on me about depression and suicide. And I knew it wasn't me because I knew I was good. I'm like, okay, we're in a good place. I'm not sure where this is coming from, so this can't be me. Well, what is this? And I started to pray, and God started to show me how so many people was dealing with this. And I put up a post and I edited the post later because I heard to add the information that if this is you reading this post, then reach out to me, contact me, inbox me, whatever. And it was so amazing, people that reached out. You don't always know why you're being told to do what it is that you need to do. But when you find out that it was someone's answer, imagine not doing it. Imagine not releasing what it is that you're supposed to be releasing. Listen, get it together, sis. One of the things that I used to do was this episode or these videos called self check-ins, and I allow you guys into some of those conversations that I had with myself when I had to get myself together. And I watch how there are so many excuses. Now, I've talked about in this one so far about how we're having a bad hair day or we're not feeling well or whatever the case may be. How many things can get in the way of us going live or going and doing what it is that we're supposed to be doing or reaching who we're supposed to reach, even calling somebody. Maybe I'm tired. I just don't feel like it. Whatever the case may be. But somebody needs what we've been told to do. But I want to go a step further and go to a conversation I recently had with myself. During this quarantine, it's been really easy to fall into a place of laziness or complacency. And because you can't really go out, you can't do the things that you're used to doing, this feels normal. But I need you to pay attention to those things, because what'll happen is it'll become a habit. It'll become routine. And before you know it, it'll be hard for you to get up and do anything. And I was having this conversation with myself because I hadn't eaten. I was tired. I didn't feel like getting up. And then, or I was, and one day I was in the middle of working on some stuff and time just got away from me. And it was like, oh my God, it's already late. I need to eat. And everything in the house, because I've been meal planning, but I don't always meal prep. I do, to the sense of I have what I need to cook what I plan for that week, but sometimes I like to cook it fresh that day versus cooking it for the whole week. So everything in my house required something that I had to stand there and cook, spend an hour or time to prep it and get it done. And I was already hungry. I was already tired and weak because I hadn't really eaten. And so I'm like, I don't have the energy to even go stand in here and cook this. And then I have to wait an hour or so long before it gets ready. What do? Pull up old Grubhub or DoorDash. And I listen, you spend so much money doing that stuff. So I had to tell myself, Mo, I understand that we are eating healthier and that we are meal planning. However, in the midst of all of that, because you don't always follow through with your schedule, you need to have some things in your home that you can just grab out, whip up, and eat. So having lunch meat to make sandwiches and stuff like that. The problem with that is if I don't plan to eat it or eat it, that stuff goes bad. So what are some other things we can do? Have non-perishables in the house that you can grab and whip up or whatever. Well, then a lot of the stuff that I would do like that would have been like a can of raviolis, maybe some SpaghettiOs, have some bread and cheese in the house, make your little grilled cheese to go with that. It's delicious. But I can't have that stuff anymore because of acid reflux. So I have to do one or two things. Find some things that I can have in the house to eat quickly, or pay attention to my schedule and stick to it and cook. But I think the key is to have balance, to do them both, to have some things in the house that you can just pull up and readily make. So it becomes this thing of what's standing in the way of you doing what it is that you need to do, and how do you not give into it and fall into it again. But what are some steps and things you can do, some steps you can take and things you can do to prepare yourself, to make sure that no matter what situation happens, you're still good. Find out those things. Pay attention to your routine and how it has changed during this quarantine. And if you find any areas that are unhealthy or unproductive towards living the life you're trying to live, make the necessary changes. And if you don't know what to do, reach out to someone and ask them questions. Have conversations with your girlfriends. Hey, what do you do with this, that, and the other thing? Hey, I can't do this anymore. How can I do this? So, okay, sometimes he may wake me up and or may pop me out of whatever I'm doing. And because we work from home, listen, if y'all don't have to turn them Zoom cameras on for me, don't tell it what. You are looking like sitting at the house. People are working in pajamas and all kinds of things. And I'm not judging you, sis. Do you? But what I'm saying is, in case you have to pop up and do something really quick, get you a little Vaseline for your lips or a little lip gloss. Put it on. You don't have to have on a full face. Grab you one of them, like I say, wigs, shake, slap it on, and keep it moving. Now, here's another thing. You know how the sisters have been wearing them little scarves and they're cute and they tie them not here or they have it tied in the back? Listen, there are tutorials out there where people are using camis and t-shirts to make it happen because they don't have those cute little scarves at home. Sis, there is a way if you have the will. So no matter what it is that you're tasked with, no matter what it is that's before you, no matter what areas you find yourself slipping, slacking, or lacking in, there is an answer to your problem and there is a way for you to get it out. Because whatever it is that's inside of you to do, whoever you've been created and called to be, somebody out here needs you, sis. And it just could be me. So I'm going to need you to get it together. Get out your feelings and do what you need to do so I can stay out of my feelings. Okay? All right, that's all I have for you guys. Until next time. Oh my God, I have missed you all so much. I love you. Thank you for spending a few moments with me. Until next time, it's your girl, your host with the most, your favorite chicks to chit chat with. It's your sister on the pull up, here to help you unpack, process, and progress forward in power and prosperity. Let's go. Let's find some things to unpack about. Until next time, keep it kingdom. Y'all know this clicker don't work.